Alright, so today I'll be showing you a quick tutorial on how to make the most amazing Mark 45 steak. Well, we all know how to make steak for those meat lovers. This is for you, Xlara, by the way. And except this time, I'm giving it some modern twists and some grown-up twists. So for little kids, this may not be ideal for them because it involves this baby, red wine. So without further ado, let's get right to it. First things first, we have our beef. This is the most amazing sirloin steak. You can use ribeye, you can use New York, but for me, sirloin is the best. And these are Canadian grade A beef, so make sure whatever beef you buy, it's from your own country, it's not imported, because your local beef is the best beef. So, what do we put in this? First things first, we're gonna have little spice rub. And yes, I'm wearing gloves because when you handle raw meat, it tends to get dirty in your hands. And I'm serving this for guests, so we gotta keep this clean. So I am using gloves. So first things first, we have our little salt. And be real generous, because you gotta cover the whole thing up, boy. Even this fat right here. You see this fat? Next, we're gonna add some other spices. This is onion powder. Yes, literally, you gotta cover the whole thing, just to really get that flavor going. Next, we have some garlic powder. And then, literally, give your steak a little massage. Almost like you're giving your baby, you're cleaning him when he's in a bathtub. That was a really bad example, but beautiful. Our steaks are ready. Next, we have our plate, and this is stage 2 of the marinating. So push your board aside. We're gonna marinate this now with that red wine. So don't use an expensive bottle of red wine. This is already good enough. I use this for my shepherd's pie as well. And you don't need a lot of it either. So just on your plate, like that. And then spread it. So we're replacing the olive oil. We're replacing the oil that you marinate the steaks with because the steaks already have a lot of fat in them. Let's get the steak nice and flat. Lay it in. Second steak. Lay it in. Just flip that. Mop up the wine. We have wine on top. So we have wine at the bottom and on top. For the side, we're gonna serve some potatoes to go along with the steak. And we're also gonna be marinating this as well. So first things first, get your oil. These potatoes have already been boiled, so boil them beforehand. You can do this while they're still hot. It still works if they're nice and cold. And then we get some salty. The last ingredient, some smoked paprika. Why smoked? Because it's not that spicy and it's sweet, and therefore these potatoes won't taste like hot jalapeno peppers. Alright, potatoes are ready. Okay, so everything's moved here. Turn on the stove, turn up the gas, and keep it nice and high. Let's start off with some grapeseed oil. You don't hear the sizzling when it hits the pan. Do not drop it in. So if you hear that sizzle, that means it's ready. In it goes. So we're trying to make this medium rare. And so basically, have a timer, 2 minutes on each side. As simple as that. So we drop this one in first, so we're flipping this one first. Add some herbs, some thyme. Just fry that. You hear it popping already. That's good. Then we have some crushed garlic that has already been peeled. And I cracked it a bit so it'll like perfume it, fry the thyme alongside of the steak. When we turn this, we'll add some butter. Alright, timer is done. Let's turn this. Turn this as well. Now that we've turned it, it's time to add the butter. Just drop them on top and down the side. Make sure the butter is spread out. Just let all that butter melt. And you can see I'm starting to pile everything up together. So therefore, it cooks quicker. And then we're going to spoon that butter back onto the steak. Therefore, it won't dry out. You don't want a dry steak. Put it on the side. Spoon all that oil and butter back. Therefore, the steak is not drying out whatsoever. It's still nice and moist. Now, quickly turn off the gas because 2 minutes has been up. Let it rest for 4 minutes because we cooked it for 4 minutes. Alright, let's take this out. Onto your plate. And let it continue to rest there. Leave everything else you see here, the thyme, the garlic, leave it on here. We need that for the potatoes. Over the steak, one more time. You don't want this to dry out, so it's really important to keep it nice and moist. Then instead of oil, we're going to add the butter. Again, more butter. So just let the butter melt and let it absorb all the other stuff. Because we don't need oil because we already have enough fat in here. So, in they go. Once again, you don't hear the sizzling, do not drop it in. And keep the gas up nice and high so you can really incorporate everything into those potatoes. Remember, they're like little sponges, like I said earlier. Potatoes are cooking in the steak fat, and that's the key to not wasting any food. So we get our new butter and have that melt on top. And any excess fat you got left over, we just pour it onto the steak. Keep it even nice and moist. Alright everybody, we're gonna plate this now and we're gonna end this. So first things first, I took the steak out of this plate and we have some of the resting juices here. So first things first, steak is rested and let's hope it's medium rare. So let's add some potatoes down here first. First steak. On the second steak. On, and then we have some potatoes sitting on top. And then our final move is this. This is aged balsamic vinegar. Trust me, it is fantastic with steak and potatoes. Even though I'll use a lot for desserts, and this is good quality balsamic vinegar imported from Germany. So You don't need a lot, just over the top. See, we can turn this humble piece of meat into There we go. Nice and pink in the middle. That's what I call medium. Or in this case, it's slowly becoming well done. But you can always adjust the rarity of your steak. But if you want something like this, it's 2 minutes each side. Remember that. And that. Get a really nice pinky result.